Hi everyone, this is the third session in management accountancy for analysis and interpretation of financial statements. Before going to that, I want to be explain introduction part of this. Analysis and interpretation of financial statement has five methods. One is comparative financial statements, common size statements, trend analysis, fund analysis, ratio analysis. Once again, analysis and interpretation of financial statements has five methods. Okay, that is one is comparative financial statements, common size statements, trend analysis, fund analysis, ratio analysis. In first, comparative financial statements has two methods. One is comparative income statement, comparative balance sheet. So, in previous two classes I am already explained what is the comparative income statement, how we are prepared, and what is the comparative balance sheet, how we are prepared. Let us see now common size statements. The common size statement has two types. One is common size income statement, second one is common size balance sheet. Listen carefully. In common size income statement has two methods. One is common size income statement, common size balance sheet. Okay. This is the specimen form of common size income statement. Okay. As usually, sales less cost of goods sold, gross profit. So, operating expenses deducted from the gross profit and added operating income, then we got it operating profit. Less operating expenses, add non-operating expenses, then we find out profit before tax and interest. Less interest, then we got it profit before tax. Less tax, then we finally got the profit. Once again, this is the specimen form of common size income statement. One is sales less cost of goods sold, then we find out gross profit. Less operating expenses, add operating income, then we find out operating profit. Less operating expenses, add non-operating income, then we find out profit before tax and interest. Next, less interest, then we find out profit before tax. Less tax, then we find out profit it is. Okay, amount, next percentage. So, here one is the most important point in common size statement is, sales. Sales figure assumed as 100. Sales figures assumed as 100. And all the other items, that means cost of goods sold, operating expenses, operating income, non-operating expenses, non-operating income, next one interest and tax. All the other items, okay, are shown as a percentage of sales. As shown as a percentage of sales. Once again I am telling that, listen carefully. Here sales figure is assumed to be equal to 100. Sales figure is assumed to be equal to 100 and all other items are shown as percentage of sales. All other items as shown as percentage of sales. Okay, this is the most important thing in common size income statement. So, next one, this is the previous year data and this is the present year data. Okay, so once again, specimen form of common size income statement has 5 columns. One is particulars, Second one is previous year amount percentage. Next one present year amount percentage. Okay, sales minus cost of goods sold, gross profit minus operating expenses, add operating income, then we find out operating profit. Less non-operating expenses, add non-operating income, then we find out profit before tax and interest. Less interest, then we got out profit before tax. Less tax, then we finally got the profit it is. Okay, so the main important thing in common size income statement is sales figure is assumed 100. Sales figure is assumed 100 and all the other transactions, all the other items are shown as percentage of sales. That means amount of cost of goods sold by sales amount into 100, then we got the percentage. Next, operating expense, amount operating expenses by sales into 100, then we got the percentage of operating expenses. Next one, operating income, okay, amount of operating income by sales into 100, then we got the percentage. Non-operating expenses, amount of non-operating expenses by sales into 100, then we got the percentage. Next one, non-operating income, amount of non-operating income by sales into 100. So, then we got the percentage. Amount of interest by sales into 100, then we got the percentage. Next, amount of tax amount by sales into 100, then got the tax amount of percentage. So, what is the meaning of that? So, all the other items are shown as percentage of sales here. This is the most important thing in common size income statement. Once again, I am telling that briefly, listen carefully, concentratedly. First one it is analysis and interpretation of financial statement has 5 methods. One is comparative financial statements. Second one is common size statements. Third one is trend analysis. Fourth one is fund analysis. Fifth one is ratio analysis. I am already explained in previous 2 classes what about the common comparative income statement. Let us see now in third session common size income statements. The common size income statement has 2 types. One is common size income statement, common size balance sheet. Let us see now common size income statement. The common size income statement has 5 columns. One is particulars, previous year amount percentage, present year amount percentage. Okay, sales less cost of goods sold, then we got the gross profit less operating profit, add operating income, then we got operating profit less non-operating income, add non-operating expenses, add non-operating income, then we got profit before tax and interest. Less interest, we got profit before tax. Less tax, then we got profit. The main important thing in common size income statement is sales figure assumed as 100 and all the other items are shown as percentage of sales. Okay, this is the main thing. Let us see how we prepared common size income statement. So, how to we exercise a simple exercised problem here. Hi everyone, this is the example problem for common size income statement. Okay, so let us see the problem. It is particulars 2011 2012. Okay, sales 66,000 74,000, cost of goods sold 57,600 59,200, Administrative expenses 2016 2000, selling expenses 2000 1900, non-operating expenses 200 300, non-operating income 100 and 400. This is the best example problem for preparation of common size income statement. Okay, before going to that, I want to say what is the how we are prepare common size income statement. Okay, this is the procedure we have to follow while we are preparing common size income statement. That is sales minus cost of goods sold. Then we got the gross profit minus operating expenses. Okay, add operating income. Then we find out operating income minus non-operating expenses, add non-operating income, then we find out profit before tax and interest, minus interest, then we find out profit before tax, minus tax, then we got at profit. This is the procedure we have to be followed while we are preparing common size income statement. And another most important thing is while preparing common size income statement, that is sales figure is assumed to be equal to 100. Sales figure is assumed to be equal to 100 and all other items are shown as percentage of sales. Okay, that is the most important thing here. Okay, look at the answer it is. Common size income statement, particulars 2011 amount percentage, 2012 amount percentage. Okay, as usual, sales. How much in the year of 2011? 66,000. 2012, how much? 74,000. Okay, already I am explained that sales figure is assumed to be equal to 100. Sales figure is assumed to be equal to 100. That's why 100 and 100. Next one, cost of goods sold. How much amount it is? 57,600, 59,200, 57,600, 59,200. And another important thing is all the items should be shown as percentage of sales. That's why 57,600 by 66,000 into 100, that is equal to 87.27. Next one. In the year of 2012, cost of goods sold amount is 59,200. So the percentage of cost of goods sold is 59,200 by 74,000 into 100, 80%. While we are deducting sales minus cost of goods sold, then we got 8,400 here, 14,800 here. 100 minus 87.27, 12.73. Next, 100 minus 80, that is equal to 20%. Next, gross profit minus operating expenses. There are two transactions of operating expenses available in this problem. One is administrative expenses, second one is selling expenses. So, administrative expenses in the year of 2011, 2016. Next one, in the year of 2012, 2000. The percentage of administrative expenses is 2016 by 66,000 into 100, 3.05. Next one, the percentage of selling expenses is 2000 by 66,000 into 100, 3.03. Next, in the year of 2012, administrative expenses are 2000. Look at this. Administrative expenses are Okay, selling expenses in the year of 2012 is how much? 1900. Next one, administrative expenses are 2000. Right, the percentage of administrative expenses in the year of 2012 is 2000 by 74,000 into 100, 2.70. Next, selling expenses 1900. The percentage of selling expenses is 1900 by 74,000 into 100, that is equal to how much? 2.57. The total of administrative expenses, operating expenses, the total of operating expenses is 2016 plus 2000, 4016, 2000 plus 1900, 3900, 3.05 plus 3.03, 6.08, 2.70 plus 2.57, that is equal to 5.27. This is the total of administrative expenses. Here there is no transactions for operating income. That's why gross profit minus total operating expenses is to be treated as operating profit. That is 8,400 minus 4,016, the operating profit is 4,384. Next, 12.73 minus 6.08, 6.65, the percentage of operating profit. Next one, 14,800 minus 3,900, 10,900 is to be treated as operating profit. Next one, 20 minus 5.27, 14.73 is to be treated as a operating profit ratio in the year of 2012. Next, operating expenses, non-operating expenses. The non-operating expenses in the year of 2011 is 200. Next, in the year of 2012 is 300. The percentage of non-operating expenses is 200 by 66,000 into 100, that is equal to 0.30. Next one, non-operating expenses in the year of 2012 is 300. The percentage of non-operating expenses is 300 by 74,000 into 100, that is equal to 0.41. Operating expenses minus non-operating expenses, operating profit minus non-operating expenses, that is equal to 4,184. 6.65 minus 0.30, 6.35. 10,900 minus 300, 10,600. 14.73, 0.41, that is equal to 14.32. Next, add non-operating income. Look at this one, non-operating income. Right, non-operating income for the year 2011 is 100. For the year 2012 is 400. 400. The percentage of non-operating income is 100 by 66,000 into 100, that is equal to 0.15. Next one, 400 by 74,000 into 100, that is equal to 0.54. Right? So 4,184 plus 100, 4,284 is to be treated as profit before tax and interest. Right, 6.35 plus 0.15, 6.50 is the percentage of profit before tax and interest in the year of 2011. Next one, 10,600 plus 400, 11,000 is to be treated as profit before tax and interest in the year of 2012. Next one, 14.32 plus 0.54, 14.86, the percentage of profit before tax and interest in the year of 2012. Right, there is no transactions in this problem, interest and tax. After deduction interest and tax, then we got the profit, it is 4,284. The percentage of profit in the year of 2011 is 6.50. Next one, the profit we are got it in the year of 2012 is 11,000, and the percentage of profit we are got it in the year of 2012 14.86. This is the answer regarding to that problem. Okay, look at the situation. It is in the year of 2011. In the year of 2011, the cost of goods sold percentage is lower than the sales. In the year of 2012 also, the percentage of cost of goods sold is lower than the sales. So, in the year of 2011 and in the year of 2012, the cost of goods sold percentage is lower than the sales. That's why in the year of 2011, got at the gross profit 12.73. In the year of 2012, got at the profit is 20%. Because why? The cost of goods sold percentage is lower than the sales. That's why we are got it here the profit. And also one more important thing is, look at the board please. Here in the year of 2011, the cost of goods sold percentage is 87.27%. But in the year of 2012, the cost of goods sold percentage is 80%. That means the cost of goods sold percentage is decreased. That's why the gross profit ratio is increased. This is the most important thing. So, whenever the cost of goods sold percentage increased, automatically the gross profit will be decreased. Whenever the cost of goods sold percentage decreased, gross profit will be increased. You know very well. So, in the year of 2011, the gross profit ratio 12.73 here, but the gross profit ratio in the year of 2012 is 20%. Because why? The cost of goods sold percentage decreased 87.27 to 80%. That's why the gross profit ratio increased. Next one, the operating expenses. The operating expenses ratio, look at the board please. The total operating expenses ratio in the year of 2011, 6.08. In the year of 2012, 5.27. The total operating expenses ratio is also be decreased. That's why the operating profit also increased here. In the year of 2011, the operating profit 6.65 here. But in the year of 2012, the operating profit is 4.73. Because why it is? Means here the operating expenses are decreased here. That means all the expenses is in the control of organization. Next one, non-operating expenses. A little bit changes in non-operating expenses is there. There is no another transaction of interest and tax in this problem. So regarding this, the net profit ratio of the organization is here 6.50 and here 14.86. So the totally the profitability position of certain company is in satisfactory mode. So this is the very important exercise problem for common size income statement. Thank you.